Hey there, I'm Cody Chaffins, and welcome to our first round bunker bracket breakdown. We are going to show you all of the brackets that had so many people asking me, who are we playing this week? Well, here is your answer. We are going to walk through them here. We'll start in Class 7A, and we'll just take a look at it one time here, and then we'll walk in and start up on the left. We have Peachtree Ridge will host Archer. That is a huge game up there in Gwinnett County. Roswell Region Champs will host Pebblebrook. North Cobb will host Tift County. Lambert Region Champs will host Central Gwinnett. Another interesting one, South Gwinnett going to host North Gwinnett. The orange star here means they are on our High Five Sports Game of the Week poll. If you want to see Bill Hartman at that game next week, get on our High Five Sports Facebook page and vote for that as our Game of the Week. Continuing, Westlake Region Champs will host Lassiter. Hillgrove will go to Lowndes this week, and Norcross will host Milton. That is one side of the 7A bracket. Moving to the other side here, East Coweta will host Woodstock. Grayson will host Mountain View in a Gwinnett County showdown. Brookwood will host West Forsyth. North Paulding, well, they won. They beat Marietta Friday night, but they have to go all the way to Colquitt County and Moultrie, Georgia for their first round matchup. Wheeler is at Cherokee next week. Newton will be at Mill Creek, Region Champs. Parkview beats Central Gwinnett on Friday night, so they get that 3 seed. They will go to South Forsyth. Now, you saw that Wheeler-Cherokee game and Parkview-South Forsyth also on our High Five Sports Game of the Week poll. Now, 7A this year has an at-large bid, so one team that didn't make the playoffs, the fifth-place team in this classification, will get an at-large bid. Whoever that happens to be will play at McEachern in the first round. So that is 7A. We will move now to Class 6A, and we'll start up here. We can see Gainesville will go to Harrison. Red Elephants and Hoyas in the first round. Tucker, Region Champs, by beating Stevenson on Friday night, will host Bradwell Institute. Evans and Lee County. Mays Region Champs will host Cambridge. Lanier Longhorns hosting defending state champs Allatoona. Glen Academy and Jonesboro. Jonesboro going to make a long trip there. Grovetown at Northside Warner Robins, and Johns Creek Region Champions, the Gladiators, will host Hughes. Other side of the bracket, you've got Stevenson. Lost to Tucker Friday night. They will have to go to Effingham County in the first round. Sequoia, well, they get a blue star. That means they're on our High Five Sports Team of the Week poll. Had a big win over Sprayberry on Friday to get themselves into the playoffs. So if you want to see Sequoia be our Team of the Week and Paul Milliken in that pep rally, you can vote on High Five Sports Facebook page as well. They will be at Tequila. Region Champs for the Falcons. Northgate will go to Centennial in the first round. Lakeside of Evans at Valdosta. Richmond Hill will go to Lovejoy. Winder Barrow at Dalton. The Catamounts going to host the Bulldogs with 2 G's. Alpharetta at Alexander. That'll be fun. Coffee at Heritage of Conyers. Heritage of Conyers Region Champs. All right, 5A now, and we'll start in the top left again. Clark Central, Dave Perno's team, in the playoffs. They will go to Carver, Atlanta. South Effingham will travel to the Region 4 top seed Stockbridge. Warner Robins will be at Griffin. Villa Rica will go to Arabia Mountain. We're still waiting to figure out Region 6 here. Banneker, North Springs, and Riverwood all fighting for that 3 and 4 seed. Not sure the tiebreaker there, so somebody will be going to play the Red Devils of Loganville next Friday night. Ola at Ware County. Whitewater at Bainbridge. Miller Grove will go way up to see the Rome Wolves. Jones County at Wayne County on the other side of the bracket. Still waiting on that Region 6 to see who gets the lucky ones that get to go to Tom Ridden Stadium and play Buford in the first round. Lithonia will go to Carrollton, another beautiful stadium. Riverdale at Thomas County Central. New Hampstead at Woodland of Stockbridge. Walnut Grove, first ever playoff appearance for Walnut Grove. So they are on our Team of the Week poll as well. They will go to Grady, Region Champs in the first round. Kell got a 3 seed even though they were all tied for the top of that region. They will go to Southwest DeKalb. Veterans will go to Stars Mill in the first round. That is 5A. Moving on to 4A now. The Oconee County Warriors. They fell on the last day, so they will go to Northwest Whitfield. Upson Lee at Woodward Academy will be hosting their region champions. North side of Columbus at Burke County. Chestatee goes to Cartersville. Cartersville won this week's High Five Sports Game of the Week, beating Troop resoundly. So Chestatee with a tough task on their hands. Heritage of Coosa will be at Stevens County and Toccoa. North Clayton, first year under head coach Cap Burnett, and they're in the playoffs. Got in Region 4, Team 4, so they will go to Mary Persons. Tough place to play there, but that is their first-round matchup. Cross Creek at Carver of Columbus, Chapel Hill at Blessed Trinity. Other side of the 4A bracket, you've got Luella at West Lawrence. Pickens County will go to Jefferson. We got another Orange Star. That means a High Five Sports Game of the Week candidate. Sandy Creek at Marist, Baldwin at Cairo, Spalding at Eastside, St. Pius Golden Lions. Only won 2 games so far this year, but that was good enough to get them in the playoffs. They are Region 8, Team 4. They will go to Ridgeland, a long drive for them, but they're in the playoffs. That's all they care about. West Hall Spartans will go to Troop. Americus Sumter will go to Thompson. That is 4A, and now we'll move on to 3A. Still waiting in Region 6 of 3A. They had these play-in games between North Maury, Sonoraville, and Bremen. Not sure how the seedings have sorted out there, so we'll wait and see on that. But Jackson County will go to one of those teams. Tatnall County will be at Peach County, a region champ. Cook at Savannah. North Hall at Westminster. It'll be an all-green affair at Westminster next week. Again, Region 6 team will go to Franklin County and play the Lions up in Carnesville. Pike County at Liberty County. Region 3, waiting to see a tiebreaker there. Will take on Worth County. Pace Academy at GAC. Both teams ranked in the top 10 most of the year. Pace Academy, of course, winning a state title last year. That feels more like one of those Final Four games, but that's a first-round game. Pace Academy at GAC. All right, west side of Macon will go to Pierce County. Again, one of those Region 6 teams will go to Morgan County to take on the folks in Madison. Another High Five Sports Game of the Week candidate will be Lovett at Dawson County in Dawsonville. That should be a fun one next week. Lovett, another team ranked in the top 10 a lot of this season. Dawson County, not too bad either. Did lose their region championship game on Friday night. Islands will be at Crisp County. Still waiting to hear from Region 2, who will play Jackson. Monroe area will go to Calhoun. Region 6, that one was the easy one to figure out. 16 straight region titles for the Calhoun Yellow Jackets. They won, so they are number 1, and they will host Monroe area. Union County will go to Cedar Grove. Doherty at Jenkins rounds out your AAA bracket. All right, Elbert County and Douglas is going to start us off in the 2A bracket. There you see who Douglas will be hosting. Toombs County will be at Screven County. Brooks County at Southwest. Still waiting to see from Region 7 who's going to take on Callaway. Kip Atlanta and Banks County. Banks County Leopards. How about them? Beating Elbert County on Friday night. That makes them a Team of the Week candidate, so get on there and vote if you're a Leopard fan and homer. Glen Hills will be at Benedictine, Dodge County at Thomasville. Still waiting to see Region 5 who gets to go and take on Pepperell next week. Up here, kind of in the corner, in the dark, Laney at Vidalia. Raven County just finished their first ever undefeated season. Congratulations to Lee Shaw and the boys. They'll be hosting somebody next week. Still waiting to see that one. Region 5, Rockmart will host Dublin at Fitzgerald next week. Swainsboro at Jefferson County. Monticello will be at Hateville Charter. Hateville Charter, only been playing football for 5 years. They are region champions. Beat Kip Atlanta on Friday night. They are a Team of the Week candidate. If you want to vote for them, feel free. Hateville Charter, Chattooga, we're not sure who they're going to play yet, and Barrington and Waco. Washington County, a region champion there, will host Berrien in the first round. That is your AA bracket. Now, some folks are going to ask us about the single A bracket. Remember, single A is divided up between public schools and private schools, each having their own bracket. Those brackets have been expanded to include more teams next year. That means not everybody gets a bye in that first round of the playoffs, which had been the case in years past. Those are all going to be based off of power rankings. So the GHSA will release those power rankings, and that will happen on Sunday, and then we'll know the matchups there in the Class A private and the Class A public regions there, and they are going to have games next week, so looking forward to that. Again, vote for our High Five Sports Game of the Week and vote for our High Five Sports Team of the Week. You can do that right here on our High Five Sports Facebook page.
There's a couple questions that people have asked if you want.
Oh, people, all right. We're doing Facebook Live, so we got some questions coming in.
Morris says that Walnut Grove was in the playoffs last year.
Okay, well, that was...
We were told...
Our Justin Felder told us Walnut Grove, it was in for the first time.
Cartersville have? I didn't...
Cartersville, we'll go back and see, and we'll see about Mays. Let's see, Cartersville, I believe it was a local team. And yeah, Chestatee War Eagles, who were one of our teams of the week earlier this year. So
Mays.
They're there. And the Mays Raiders, they're a 1 seed. Where are they at? They got Cambridge. The Bears of Cambridge go to Mays next week. So that's one of our questions. Anybody else want to know about your team? We'll do it real quick, and we'll...
Who does Pepperell play?
Pepperell, we're not sure yet. Still waiting on some of these regions have weird tiebreakers. You've got a bunch of teams tied with the same amount of losses, and they've all beat one another, and each region has their own tiebreaker. So not sure about Pepperell, but you will be hosting because Pepperell, the Dragons, are region
That was
champions.
from David Garcia. We also, Morris Shields responded that Walnut Grove played Burke County last year.
Oh, Burke County was a tough one, so they got a better shot this year.
Justin Nixon wants to know, what about Harrison?
Harrison, the Hoyas, another one of our High Five Sports teams of the week, right? They're a team of the week this year. They're always great at voting. They will host Gainesville in the 6A playoffs. They're way up there, so that'll be a good one. Gainesville going to travel well, but Gainesville lost to Lanier on Friday, and that is why they're on the road. Alatoona will be at Lanier. The Longhorns get to host there.
Morris Shields, our good friend who corrected us, wants to know who Jackson is playing.
Jackson or Jackson County?
It says Jackson, so I'm assuming
All right. It's so confusing now. They're all in the same classification, Jackson and Jackson County. Let me... I just had it right here. And I'm still... they did all this reclassification, figuring out who's on which board, because it has all changed in last year. But Jackson County here. So Jackson, not sure who they're going to play yet, or Jackson County for that matter, still waiting on... It'll be Region 2 team.
About Susan Fisher wants to know who's Alpharetta got.
Alpharetta has Alexander, the Cougars, who were on our poll this year. I don't know if they voted enough or not. They voted and got pretty close. There's your Alpharetta. They'll be at Alexander, so they're going to be on the road. That's over in Douglasville for you Alpharetta folks wondering about that.
Michelle wants to know who North Cobb has.
Michelle, North Cobb. Let's see, North Cobb. North Cobb will host Tift County. They're the Blue Devils, right? The folks in Tifton, the turf grass capital of the world, they go to North Cobb. So Shane Queen's team hosting. And we thank them. They were our High Five Sports Team of the Week this week.
Okay, Leon Scott wants to know about Stockbridge.
Stockbridge region champs are hosting. And let's see, they're on the... I'm going blind. Trying to find all these. They're on... Stockbridge, there they are, hiding. South Effingham, they host South Effingham, the 4 seed out of Region 2. So good news there to be a 1 seed. Yep.
Well, one of our guys called and said, let's see if I can find this, it disappeared on me, hold on a second. Said that not sure that South Forsyth's in the playoffs, thinks that's not true. Lambert, something like that.
Lambert won they're the region champions. But South Forsyth, those 4 playoff teams are for sure because North Forsyth wasn't going to be there. South Forsyth ended, their region record was 4-1, so they're a 2 seed because nobody else had 4 wins. West Forsyth lost on the last night, and so they finished at 3-2 in the region, tied with Milton. But Milton was your 4 seed there. So South Forsyth is the 2 seed, which we talked about, and they're hosting Parkview in Week 1. Cherokee, they're the 2 seed, lost to Roswell, but the good news is they were already set up in good place, so they're going to host Wheeler. The Wildcats beat Pebblebrook to get that 3 seed, so they go to Cherokee. Again, is that Dwayne that asked that?
Yeah, Dwayne.
Dwayne, we can be at that game. We can send Bill Hartman and Super Blaine over there if you guys want to vote for it for our High Five Sports Game of the Week. That's on this page. It's on that side of the page. It'll say Game of the Week, or that side. I don't know where I'm at.
Becca Anthony says, where's Cedartown?
Cedartown, I believe, lost tonight, and they were eliminated. They were a game they had to win to stay in, and they lost. And who did they lose to? I had it written down. Yeah, but they didn't make it tonight, and I can tell you, I got all my papers in here, who they lost to, who they had to beat. That was pretty much a playoff game for them tonight.
They lost to...
Where is it? Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill beat them, the boys from over in Douglasville, to get that 4 seed. Another, yeah, we were there. Lamar County. Let me see about Lamar County. They're always in there.
They beat Temple. Oh, sorry.
Who'd they beat?
Temple.
They beat Temple. Let me check my sheets. They should be down still in 2A, right? Let me see. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Lamar County, so they beat Temple and finish at 3-2. I was waiting on a Heard County score. Heard County and Spencer in that region, 5 in AA. They're playing a Saturday game, and that's what's holding everything up there in AA and Region 5. So Spencer and Heard County. And Lamar County has beaten Heard already this year, but Spencer's beaten Lamar, so it could be one of those three-way ties things, depending on what happens tomorrow. The best-case scenario for Lamar County tomorrow is for Heard County to beat Spencer, then they go in a three-way tie, and maybe they can get the 2 seed that way.
Chelsea Reynolds wants to know about Rockmart.
Rockmart is in. They are a 2 seed out of Region 7 AA. And they're going to play a team out of Region 5, and that's who we were just talking about. That's the one we're still trying to figure out. Could be Heard County, could be Lamar County, could be Spencer there. So waiting to see what happens with those Saturday games in Region 5.
Jonathan Price would like to know about Model out of Rome, near Rome.
Yeah, they're in, right?
Model Blue Devils.
Did they not make? They may not have made it. Let's see. Oh, they're a 4 seed. Yes, they are. They're a 4 seed out of Region 7. Chattooga had the tiebreaker because they beat them. So Model is 7-4, and they should have been written in. That's a good catch. Who caught that?
Jonathan Price. Thank you, Jonathan.
Jonathan. Huge. I had it written down. I just never transferred it over. So that's 7-4, and they will be at Callaway.
So Model at Callaway.
Look at that.
And,
people helping people.
Thanks another guy helping us out, our boy Dwayne, who's taught us on all sorts of things tonight, done a great job. He has tweeted out to all of his friends to vote for I think it was,
Oh, huge.
Is that the Cherokee game?
That must be what he was looking for. Cherokee and Wheeler.
Yeah, so he's tweeted it out.
Cool.
He's voting right now, so we thank him.
Voting right now. Thank you, Dwayne, for tweeting out to everybody and letting them know to vote. We appreciate that. Any other questions? I'm glad we're getting this all filled out. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up here in a minute because at some point we got to go to sleep, right? 12:32.
Get my time sheet in.
Any other ones anybody wants to know about?
I'm not seeing anything right now. We'll wait a second here. See if anything pops up.
All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take pictures of all of these and put them on our High Five Sports Twitter site as well, so you'll be able to see those and know who you're voting for. Again, if you're one of those folks in Banks County and Homer that want to vote for your team of the week, also Hapeville Charter.
Got a couple.
All right.
Let's see. Wait a second. No, we already answered the North Cobb question, but who are the games of the week next week? Just came out.
Games of the week. All right, last chance. We'll go walk through it again. We'll start here. Lovett at Dawson County. So if you're in Dawsonville and fancy a night with Bill Hartman, Lovett at Dawson County. That's one game of the week choice. Our second is a huge matchup at the Marist School next week. Sandy Creek and the Fighting Patriots. Chip Walker's boys going to go over and take on Marist. Those are a pair of teams that are always in the playoffs when you're talking about those teams. The other games of the week, Parkview at South Forsyth, Wheeler at Cherokee, and North Gwinnett at South Gwinnett, which should be a lot of fun. Bob Spire's boys, they ended up as a 3 seed and they're on the road. It always seems to happen to North Gwinnett because they lost a tiebreaker and it was about points. So that's why they're on the road, but it'll be at South Gwinnett, not too far away. We'll see what the Comets do. They were a team of the week earlier this year as well.
We've got a few more here. Cass is not in the playoffs, right?
Cass, I did not have in the playoffs. Can double check that, but I'm. Walton didn't make it straight up, but they might be winning that. Let me find my 7A packet here. Walton is the prime candidate to be this at-large team because Walton finished the year, they're 4-6, and like I said, Region 7 or Class 7A classification has this at-large team. Somebody's got to play McEachern next week, and it could be Walton. They're 4-6 on the year. You got 4-6 team in North Forsyth. Potentially that could be there. I'm looking at some other teams. Lakeside of Atlanta had a pretty decent record at 5-5. They're a number 5 team that could sneak in there and steal that spot. I'm looking at just some of the other ones that had a chance. But Walton, I think, is one of your best options. So they may sneak in. The GHSA has to decide that coming up to see who's. Stevens County is hosting next week. Let's see who they're playing. They had the tiebreaker against Oconee County. So they've Heritage of Ringgold or Heritage of Coosa, whatever you want to call them. They'll be going over to the reservation in Tacoma. North Paulding, here was their thing. They were primed to get that at-large spot if they had lost tonight and finished 5th. But they won tonight, finished 4th, assured themselves a playoff spot. But problem is, now they have to go to Moultrie and Colquitt County, a team that struggled early in the year. Roswell beat them. They had a couple losses, but they've gotten on track lately. Ended up still winning that Region 1, that tough Region 1 down there. So North Paulding, they get to go down there. The Fighting Chris Conleys. Yep. Mount Zion Carroll is a single A team, I believe, right? And the single A, that's all based off of power rankings, so they'll be in the Class A public, and we'll have to wait and see where they fall out in the power rankings that's GHSA puts out. I believe they won tonight again, though. Pepperell, we still didn't see who they were playing, did we? Nope. Let's see if I can give you those possibilities we talked about again one more time out of Region 2. Talking about Region 5 is who they'll be playing. And we talked about that a little earlier, but it's going to be either Spencer, Heard County, or Lamar County that's going to get that 4 seed and play those. So Spencer, Heard County, Lamar County. Heard and Spencer play on Saturday, so we don't know the finals there, and we can't tell you that region breakdown yet.
Darlington, that's a single A, right?
Darlington, yeah, I believe so.
So Becca Anthony wants to know, we don't really have an answer.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they'd get in power rankings.
Yeah, I mean, they've expanded it even more, and so you've got a lot of teams that are going to get in. Some teams will get buys next week if you're ranked high enough, and then the lower teams will fight it out.
How about our good friends up at West Hall? Cameron Shirley wants to know where our good buddy, the head coach up there.
Tony?
Tony Lottie.
They are at Troop. So Troop got pounded by Cartersville tonight. But Troop is in LaGrange over there in the west part of the state. So West Hall, that's a long drive for the Spartan folks, but they travel well. So Troop, that'll be in LaGrange. Yeah, they're fun. They're one of our favorite student sections.
How about Etowah? Chris McCullough.
Talking about 7-8, talking about Etowah. Let's see what happened to Etowah. They are out of it. They finished, I believe they won tonight. They stomped somebody. Who did they beat tonight? They beat Lassiter. They beat somebody pretty bad tonight. And they could, Etowah, with that win, help their record. They could get that at large too. They're going to be in that mix, in that talk. Finish the year at 4-6.
Hey, Cody?
Yep.
Northgate, that was a great game with Mays tonight, and Northgate had that big lead in that Richmond game. Great question here from Bo. He wants to know, where does that put them?
Northgate? Let's see. Northgate, they ended up with the 3 seed in 6A, and that means they're on the road, which is never fun in the playoffs, but they're going to be on the road next week at Centennial. The Centennial, were they a team of the week?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, they were a team of the week this year, so we were there. Northgate at Centennial, who's not a playoff, not a team that's always in the playoffs, so it's a huge win for them and to be hosting.
Another former team of the week, Aaron Children, like to know where the North Springs Spartans are going.
North Springs Spartans. They were in one of those ties, right? They ended up tied with a bunch of folks. Yeah. North Springs, and I couldn't tell you why because I just read the scores. Banneker and Riverwood. So we're talking about 5A. And you're talking about Region 6. You've got Region 6 Team 4, which I wrote down is Riverwood. I need to copy that up there. Region 6 Team 4. Sorry, that's Riverwood. All right, and then well, this is helpful because we didn't put it in there earlier. Riverwood was left out. They, for whatever reason, didn't get the tiebreaker between Banneker and Riverwood. Is that true? No, that was Riverdale. So I'm still waiting to see that, actually. That was the one we didn't know, is that Region 6, 3 and 4. It's Banneker, sorry, Riverdale, I had Riverwood. So Banneker, North Springs, and Riverwood in Region 6 are all in a three-way tie there, and I'm not sure how Region 6 is doing their tiebreakers. Different regions do them different ways. Some go with overall records. Some go with a point differential in region games. So not sure how Banneker, North Springs, or River were going to fight it out for 2 spots. So I can't tell you for sure if North Springs is in the playoffs yet.
One more to Carrollton.
Carrollton hosts. We talked about Carrollton. They host Lithonia this week.
All right.
We'll do.
I think everyone know about Houston County.
Houston County didn't make the playoffs after all that buildup with Jake Fromm. They lost tonight. They had to keep winning, and they lost to Valdosta tonight, who are the region champs. So last week, they beat Northside and Warner Robins to stay alive, and then this week they lost to Valdosta, so they did not make the playoffs. So Jake Fromm can calm down and start worrying about his UGA career. That's amazing. They had incredible stats all year. Their defense let them down and didn't make the playoffs.
Hayfield Charter.
Hayfield Charter, they're down here. They are, like we talked about, one of our Team of the Week candidates this year. We went over there and saw them practicing in the dirt over there at Hapeville, I believe it's Hapeville Recreation Center. They are Team 1 out of Region 6, region champs. They beat Kip tonight, and so they are, or last night at this point, Region 6 Team 1. They host Monticello next week. So they will host, I don't know if they've never had a playoff game over there at Hapeville Recreation Center. So that'll be interesting. All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week for round 1 of the playoffs.